that Thelma was and embodied the combination of tenderness and strength. That was it. Because I always say that in order for our life to be meaningful, we only need two things. We need love and we need a strength of spirit. And she possessed both of those character traits in abundance. And that, my friends, is the reason not for mourning, but rather is a reason for celebration. It is reason for to be proud. Let us listen to the words of King Solomon, who reflected on the meaning of life 3,000 years ago. At least our tradition teaches us that. He wrote this book, Kohelet, Ecclesiastes. Solomon opens his reflection in chapter 3 with a statement that I'm sure you all are very well familiar with. For everything there is a season, a time for every experience under the heaven, a time to be born and a time to die. You all heard that. Even if you never read the book, you heard that. You heard the song, or you heard the song, I'm sure, by the Birds. Michael, you remember that song?
Very well.
If you remember the 60s, we were not there.
Too young.
Ah, that's why you remember. That's why you remember. You're too young to participate. Be it as it may, having established our finitude in time, King Solomon continues to highlight contrast and experiences in life. We experience everything in life. Joy, sorrow, pain, pleasure, profit, loss, everything. That's how it is. But the point is that it is a duty of every person, of every human being, to make every experience meaningful, to make each experience count. It is easy to make the pleasant ones meaningful, much harder to make the painful ones, the challenging ones, much harder to make sense of them. But all the same, it is our duty. And once again, our translation, our interpretation of the Torah consists of all those experiences that we make meaningful. And Thelma certainly made those experiences, all of her life experiences, truly, beautifully, profound and meaningful. The words of King Solomon. לכל זמן ואת לכל חפץ תחת השמיים, עת ללדת ועת למות, עת לדעת ועת לקורן רתועה, עת לפרוץ ועת לבנות, עת לבכות ועת לשחוק, עת צפות ועת רקוד, עת להשליך אבנים ועת כנוס אבנים, עת לחבוק ועת לרחוק מחבק, עת לבקש ועת לאבד, עת לשמור ועת להשליך, עת לקרוא ועת לתבור, עת לחשות ועת לדבר. For everything there is a season, a time for every experience under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot what is planted. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to seek and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to discard. A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak.